One thing queer, one thing queer, one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer.
Hello and welcome to One Thing Queer. My name's Jenny Baton and my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Kelsey Wren and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, friend.
Hello.
How are you?
It's been so long.
It's been so long.
It really has been, though.
Yes.
I know we say that, but
It really has.
It really has.
We recorded ahead and we took another week off, but y'all didn't know that.
now they do.
But now you do.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. We don't have a sound effect for that. Well, we'll do that. Close enough.
Sure. That works. Nobody knows about it or anything. I was going to say nobody listens, but that's terrible.
Do not. Everybody listens, friend. We only manifest all the millions of listens.
Yes. Anyways,
how's your week been?
Oh boy. Okay, so we had to recap 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we did a little bit downstairs. Mm-hmm. Okay, so since you saw us last, I went to the Destroy Boys show.
How was it?
Oh, it was really cool, but because it was like all ages, I don't know why I didn't expect like 14-year-olds to be there or like 12-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And Bernie and I were kind of like, there's these kids, like it's like they're in junior high and they're just walking back and forth like they do to class, like they're not standing and watching the show.
Yeah.
So we were like, this is awkward a little bit. I don't know. There was really old men there and really young kids there. And so I was like, let's just watch the show. But it was really, really, really cool.
Where did you end up sitting or standing?
We stood. I don't know when's the last time you've been to the Glass House, but
it was a while ago, but I know what it looks like.
Okay. They have, so they have the upstairs, the balcony, and they have like the bar at the back. There's like a standing area in front of the bar. We stood back there because the kids weren't allowed over there, and it was kind of away from everybody because germs right now.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want anybody to touch me.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to like breathe anybody's air. Mm-hmm. So we stood at the back. So it was like not as close as Choir Boy, but we still got really good. Bernie like filmed the whole thing for me because he's tall and his arm went up high. And I would just like
record heads.
My hand was all the way up trying to record. But it was really cool, and we were really exhausted though. Bernie worked that day, but we went to his brother came to town, so we went to a party, which this is a story I wanted to save for you also.
Okay.
So Destroy Boys first, but by the end of the night I waited like half an hour for merch because the merch person was like super slow, and I was like, dude, I'm so ready to go home, but I'm like 5 people away, but it took that long to get through 5 people.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I was like, I really want a shirt, because I was like, okay, let me look on the website. If they have the shirts on the website, I'll just get one from the website. But they didn't. They were like particular for the show.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh. So I got 2 shirts and I got a Scowl tote bag.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's so good. It says fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It has like this cute little flower
with a knife.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
But Scowl played. This band called Nice played. They were both really good. It's like more punky, screamy kind of than Destroy Boys. It was so cool. It felt really good.
I love the videos you showed, and my partner was like, "Oh, let's because we hadn't sat down and like listened to them, and, like listen to them on the drive back from San Diego."
Really?
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, they're really good.
I love them. I love them. Queer band also. I love them so much. But it was really cool to see them. Like, I've watched their videos a million times and listen, and I like binged the CD multiple times before we went also. So I was like, you're singing it in front of my face. It was really cool. So I don't know. But before that, we went to Bernie's cousin's house because his brother came to town. And it was a funny story because Bernie's brother's a Capricorn also. And like, he's very much so, but I think he has a water moon. So he's like a little bit more sensitive than me. And it was funny because like, it was like a party. They're playing like the Mexican music and stuff. And it's always loud. It's always, this about me. It's always way too loud for me. So we're sitting outside by like the grill area, and his uncle comes out with the speaker and puts it like right in the middle between me and Bernie's brother. And Bernie's brother's like, God, right here? And he walks away. And I was like, yeah, me too. And I walked away. So,
The caps walk away.
Yes, whereas I told Bernie, I was like, did you even notice that the caps like bolted after the music was right here?
This is unnecessary.
It was. really was. And I was like, I get it, but I'm like, now I have to yell. Like, I'm going to the other side of the backyard because I can't handle it.
Yeah.
But I was dying that me and him both did it. Like, it's not just a me Cap thing, it's a Cap thing.
Yeah. No, you go to a Mexican party and you don't sit down and talk. You sit down and yell.
Yeah. I was
because
like,
that's just like a non-negotiable.
it was hilarious though. And I'm like, did you see me and your brother bolt? Like, and he was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's Caps. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I did. I did that. We met a new friend. That was fun.
That's cool. They sound very awesome.
Yeah, they were really cool. It was a very pleasant surprise. Let's see. I just worked after that, I think. But yeah. And then what did I do Friday, Saturday? Went to a friend's birthday party. And that's it. And Bernie and I went to Home Goods and Michael's twice.
Oh, yeah. I saw your haul. Your Halloweeny haul.
In the last 2 weeks, we went twice.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. Home Goods has dope stuff, everybody,
do.
in the Inland Empire. It was better than Michael's stuff, in my opinion, actually. But it had really cool stuff. Spirit Halloween's open, everybody, if you didn't know already.
And it's August.
Yeah, I know. They opened 2 weeks ago. And today's
Nice.
like, it's like the middle of the month right now.
That's insane.
Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. But
Crazy.
they had cool stuff. But that was all I really did, I guess.
That's cool.
What did you do, friend?
So I went to Melissa's wedding.
Ooh.
That was great.
Yay, congratulations, Melissa.
Congratulations, Mama. And yeah, I got her ready and it was a really sweet morning. I drove down with my partner to San Diego the night before. We got there kind of late, so we literally like got there and knocked out and I had an early morning. And so Melissa never sent me like the address of her hotel.
Oh no.
She just like told me the name, but it turns out there's like 4 of them in San Diego.
Oh no.
So I went to the wrong one and I had like paid parking. I was like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna be here for a few hours. So the parking lot was like right next to the place I thought it was. And she's like, oh, this is the code to get in. And I was like, okay. And I like push it and nothing.
Oh no.
I'm like, maybe it's the side door. So then I go to the side door and she had mentioned, she's like, oh, just go up the stairs to the left. And I was like, this was like it looked like little apartments. It was like bungalows. So I didn't see any stairs. So I'm like, I wonder where the stairs are. And that was like my first flag. And then I was like, oh, the code's not working. I call her. And I'm like, the code's not working. And she's like, that's weird. Okay, I'll come down. And then she texts me like a minute later. She's like, where are you? I was like, I'm right outside. And I was like, wait. I'm like, maybe you're somewhere else. I'm like, what? And she's like, are you at this place? And she's like, no, I'm at this place. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Thankfully, she was like only 5 or 6 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, then I drove and thankfully there's parking right outside.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But the morning was delightful. It was very nice to get her ready. I don't know. I always like love doing weddings, even like when it's strangers. So it was very nice to like, get my friend ready for her big day.
Yeah.
And it was really cute, very like low key. And then we went to a brewery after the ceremony. And we had lunch, and it was very good. We went to the Stone Brewery in San Diego, inside Liberty Station.
I don't know if I've been to that exact one, but we've been when we saw Choir Boy. It's in that what's that area called? It's like the Little Italy area.
Yeah,
it was that one.
It was inside the Liberty Station. It's
Liberty
like
Station.
a place where there's like a bunch of other breweries.
Oh, maybe okay. Maybe I'm tripping.
There's
but-
like a few Stone Breweries.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it's based in San Diego.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Oh.
it was very cute. We were there for a few hours and mingled. And then I had work and my partner had work the next day. So we like drove back home. But we made like a little pit stop at Black's Beach. I think that's what it's called. And it was very, very cute. It was kind of like a park. And they had like a bunch of eagles. And they were like taking classes, like learning about eagles. Like there was people taking classes about them.
I was like, that's random.
Yeah.
But that makes sense now.
Yeah. And then we saw a bunch of people. I don't know what it's called, but it's like you're basically in like a sleeping bag and like you're floating with like a parachute in the air.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it's called. It's not parasailing, but it looks like land parasailing. I don't,
We're sleeping bag sailing.
yeah, but there's people flying around basically.
Oh my gosh.
So that was very cute. And then yeah, we just like went home. And what else? Well, if I'm gonna be a little honest, it's been an emotionally draining week as well. I've been going through a lot of like family stuff, a lot of like personal stuff with family, so it's definitely taken a toll on my mental health. And I decided to like seek therapy, which was a really big step for me to even just like reach out to get an inquiry on getting therapy, because I do like my therapy with my aunt, but it's been a long time since I have. And in moments like this where, you know, there are things that happen in life that, you know, are unexpected and, you know, they start to affect your mental health. It's important to like reach out or to just talk to someone. Thankfully, I was really open about like my struggles with like my mom and my partner and well now you guys, because I talked to you guys about it today briefly. But yeah, I just want to be like completely honest that it's been a very emotionally intense week for me, with like a lot of family stuff and my dad's house and whatnot. So I've just been trying to work through it, you know, just trying to be crystal clear with y'all, because I think it's important to like be real and to not pretend that like everything is okay, because I mean sometimes I have a tendency to like put on a face for the comfort of others, but we all go through like you know, tough stages in life, and I just happen to be in one right now, but trying to get through it, trying to, you know, work through all the negative mindsets that I've been under. But you know, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping I get out of it, because I have, you know, this past year has been a lot of emotional turmoil with a lot of stuff, but it's also been a great year. It's been a wonderful year in the sense of the things I've accomplished and the things that mattered to me. So, you know, there's also been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of like friendships I've had to let go of because, you know, like of my emotional like state basically. I've had to put myself first and my mental health first, you know, before anything, and like also like with family stuff, setting boundaries, but getting through it, trying to get through it. Yeah. So
Well, I'm proud of you for making that step.
thank you.
It's a big step.
It is.
And it's not easy.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's really hard.
I was supposed to, so I like inquired about, I wanted to see if if my insurance covered at least like part of the therapy. So I like inquired with a therapist, and they reached back out to me through email, and they wanted me to call them, and I was supposed to call them yesterday, and I didn't have the strength to reach out to them yesterday, just because I've been in such a like vulnerable state. Like I'm in like a very tender state. So but I'm going to, I'm saying it now because I want people to hold me accountable to it. Not that anybody has to, but it's nice to kind of at least have a reminder that, you know, I have to do it, and I will do it. I'm just trying to like take it easy on myself at the same time. So
there's no right way to go about it. There's no like, it could take a month to call, and that's okay too. Yeah. Like, it's terrifying. It is. Like, I know that like Bernie has mentioned that when he called, like he was like shaking, like because it was terrifying. I called multiple times and hung up because I was like, this is terrifying. And when I finally got through, I just cried while I was doing like the intake. Yeah. Like, because it's not anybody who's like, yeah, this is easy. Like, I mean, if that's your experience, that's great. But I don't think that's an average experience. Yeah. But I think it just takes that step after step. And unfortunately, sometimes I think you just got to be so like sick of feeling a certain way that you just like, I can't do this and I want to feel better. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, and I do. And I think me at least talking to the people I care most about it and being honest about the thoughts I've been having. Like I told my mom how I was feeling and this isn't anything new to her because, you know, I've struggled with my mental health since I can remember. So she already knows kind of what to say when I am in those moments, and she holds space for me, and she reminds me that she needs me, and that, like, I mean, a lot of the times, like, trigger warning, like, you know, mental health and self-harm. So if you're not prepared to hear that, you can exit now. I'll give you a few seconds. But like in the past, when I have had thoughts of self-harm or hurting myself in the sense of like not wanting, or having the thoughts of like not wanting to be alive, you know, I've had several times where that's happened around my mom, and so it's nothing new to her, but I literally like told her like I need help. Like this time around, like there's a lot on my plate right now, and it's overwhelming me to the point where like if I don't seek help, like I don't really know like where I stand. Yeah. So I'm like, I'd rather just tell her because she's like one of the most important people in my life. Yeah. And then kind of just go from there. And I'm glad I did. Even if someone doesn't fully understand you, it's okay. Like it's helpful to just like tell people. Yeah. You have an incredible amount of pressure on you at all, like all the time. Yeah. And that like nobody knows about. But yeah. No. But like I know. And like I don't think I could. I think I would crack. So it's totally understandable. And like all those feelings are completely valid. And you could feel happy about it, sad about it, mad about it all at the same time. And it's all normal to feel all of those feelings. Yeah. And like there's no right way to feel about it. Yeah. It's just how you feel. Yeah. Thanks, friend. Of course. Yeah. It's rough. It is rough, but I'm trying to get out of it. Like, I don't think anybody likes being in this mental state. It's not fun. It's not fun, but it's important to talk about, and that's why I chose to, like, bring it up today. Yeah. We're just shooting the shit today, so I was just, like, thinking, like, what am I going to shoot the shit about if I've been, like, literally in emotional distress for the past week? But I'm just trying to keep it real with y'all because I love you all, and I think we've been so vulnerable. Oh, yeah. Having this podcast. We're coming on our 1 year in a few weeks. And I'm very proud of us. I know. Because even though, like, we don't have a huge, like, a humongous, you know, audience or whatnot at the moment. Or I don't know if we ever will be. But if we do, that'd be great. But, like, we do this because we love it. We do this because we want whoever it is that listens to us, we want y'all to feel like you have family and you have a space to come to or relate to, even if you just listen to us. But like that's why we always say at the end of the episodes, like, email us if you have stories or questions or need advice. Like, obviously we're not like professionals, but we have experiences, and if you want like a big sibling advice, like we're here for that. If you are struggling too, like, I mean, being queer takes an emotional toll on you. Like, I don't think I've met a queer person who, you know, doesn't struggle with mental health to some extent, because, you know, we're not built to be in this like heteronormative society. So it takes a toll, you know. I think it's more just like the collective, like it's to have people to listen to. Like, even if we, I mean, for real, even if we don't know what we're talking about, we at least have probably had similar experiences between us both, and just to hear that you're not alone in that somebody else is going through something similar, I think is important too. Like, that's helps. It definitely helps. As much as it sucks that you know somebody else is also feeling those things, it still helps to be like, oh, because at a certain point you think you're crazy, that they're like, why me, kind of. But when you get to talk to other people, it's like, oh, okay, how did you navigate it? How do I navigate it? And it's more like that. Like, for sure. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. So that's the realness. The realness, shooting the shit. Shooting the shit. Yeah. I had to mix those two. That's what our shooting the shit was.
Everyone. But yeah.
Sorry, my ass is getting stuck to the chair. So I don't know how this happened, but my pants are completely ripped to shreds and my ass is out. So I'm like sticking to the chair.
I was wondering if you were when we were eating dinner.
Yes, I was. I am pretty sure I don't have hair in that hole because it's been waxing my butt. On a lighter note.
Oh, Jenny.
I don't know how. I went to go put air in my tires today, and I have a feeling that's when it happened.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I wonder if anybody was watching me, but they got a free show.
I'm sorry, but you're hilarious. Oh my gosh, that was good. But sorry about the sticky leather chair.
Oh, it's all good.
Or pleather, whatever this is, vinyl chairs.
It's all good.
Oh man, we were having a blast. Well, Bernie's episode came out today, so
my gosh, yes.
This is what the day we're recording for everybody in the timeline. I hope y'all enjoyed.
I loved that episode.
Oh, we were listening to it on the way back to groceries, and it's really weird to listen together. Because it's like a little cringy also listening to yourself. For me,
I don't know. I loved it.
Of course you did, Aries.
I love listening to myself.
Of course you do, Aries. Oh my god. So I was like, but we were laughing still, and it was really funny. But we were trying to come up with like a super clever name for the episode. So we were like, Bernie was like, feel the burn. And I was like, but nobody's gonna know it's astrology, and that's like Bernie Sanders' thing. So. And then we were like Bernie does astrology. And then we're like, I was like, oh, because you kind of got deep. And then we're like, Bernie goes deep.
Oh, God.
We were trying so many things. I was like, I have to tell Jenny about this.
Oh, my God.
I was like, let's just settle on like astrology fun with Bernie. It was the funniest thing.
I mean, those are all great.
They were hilarious. I was like, I need to put in Feel the Burn somehow, but it didn't work. I was trying, trust me. My slogan machine Gemini brain was trying so hard to make it work.
I'm dead with the Bernie goes deep. Bernie goes deep.
That was his suggestion, obviously.
Oh my god, such a sad.
It was hilarious. So we were dying on the way back from the grocery store talking about it.
Wow.
But I hope y'all enjoyed. Got your little dose of Bernie for a year.
Yes.
It was really fun though. But the birthday party we went to also, we talked about astrology the entire time. Mm-hmm. That the Aquarius full moon that just happened to was out of this world. Like
emotional.
I'm sorry, Aquarius people. I don't think I'm a fan of your moon. It was a rough week. I love y'all, but it was rough for my set of planetary placements. I guess. It was a rough week, and it was kind of because before that we had talked about like that weird like sensitive area I was being in. I don't know what it was. It's a little gone now too. I feel I've got shocker. A lot of like my well-being has to do with like money, because Capricorn.
Happy.
And it really is. It's really true. And so like when I like feel the pressures of like regular life bills and stuff like that, I start to freak if that like I feel like we're not going to be taken care of. And like my Gemini moon brain makes me catastrophize everything, where I'm like, oh my God, we missed this deadline. So that means we're not going to have this, which means we're going to lose the house, and we're going to do this. And it's really like, that's what my brain sounds like all the time.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But I kind of got out of it because during that time I was super sensitive because I was really scared and nervous, and like there was a lot of pressure, and I, work a couple jobs, and like it's hard to make sure. And like, even though we meet once a week, this is kind of a job. Like it's more enjoyable, obviously.
Yeah.
But like it still takes planning. Yeah. And like it takes time for you to edit. It's just still like a little part-time job on the side. So I do a lot of things like that, like I do a lot of things, and I was just like, it was when I don't have a guard up, just every little thing can get to me, and I'm like, I'm too exhausted to have a guard up because of the other job I have is physically strenuous, like something I'm not really used to. And I mean, I've been sitting in my office computer chair for the last like 3 years, so it's something very different for me. And I was but that seemed to clear up a little bit, that headspace. So I feel better now, but still that energy was very
heavy.
Yeah. And it was a little chaotic. I was I didn't know like who's coming at me, where, in which direction. It was a little wild, but I don't know. We're moved on now.
Yeah. I know. It was so bizarre. And the full moon, people were fucking loopy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My partner and I got into 2 car accidents within a 40-minute span.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like, we got hit from the front and the back in their car. This guy backed into us while we were, like, about to, like, head out. Like, we backed out of a parking spot. And when we were going to go straight... we didn't move because the car was coming right at us and he hit the front of the car.
Oh my gosh.
And then he comes out and he's just quiet and he's like, oh, I didn't see you.
Wow.
And there wasn't really damage to either car. If anything, there was more damage to his car. So my partner was just like, whatever, like, it's fine.
That's good.
And then we go to Target and we're parked. We're like, we're good. 2 minutes before we parked. My partner's like, man, if anybody else fucking hits me, I'm gonna fucking throw something.
Oh, no.
Literally, we're parked, and as we're about to get out of the car, I like turn over to get my purse, and from the back window, I see a car backing into the back of our car.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh. This time around, my partner did take their information, and thankfully they're gonna get the bumper fixed.
That's good.
So that's good.
But geez.
It was crazy.
It was so weird.
People were acting
of
very
weird.
airy.
Yeah, the friend we met was also an Aquarius, so I was like, whoa. When he told us, we were like, what are you doing here? But it was still awesome, but still was like really, really weird.
Yeah.
It was just a weird
time.
And we were kind of making like, or Bernie was making jokes at one of his coworkers because he's an Aquarius moon, and he was telling him like, oh, are you vibrating yet? Like, just like messing around. It was so, Bernie told me about it. It was so funny.
I can't.
I know. I'm like, Aquariuses, were you out there vibrating?
Oh, friend, I forgot to tell you. So I got into my photo bucket because of the whole teenage dirtbag trend. I'm surprised you haven't done it.
I only have 2 photos.
No.
Yes. Okay.
No. You have to have more, friend.
I don't know how to find any. I can't get into MySpace anymore, obviously.
You have to have more. I feel like I've seen photos of you with a mohawk. I've seen photos of you. Yeah.
Okay. I have actual actual photos, photographs of that. So maybe I just need to take a picture of those.
Yes.
Trust me, I want to do it. And I meant to do it the day we went. Oh, I don't know why. I feel like I'm yelling.
I
got all excited.
I don't mind.
I meant to do it the day we went to Destroy Boys because I was like all like I had makeup on, like I was like I got ready actually for once, and I was like, oh, I can do it now because like that's the beginning of it, and I was like, dang, and I just didn't, and then I saw Candace do hers, and I was like, dang.
She did hers?
Yeah, she put it on her Drunken Unicorn Apothecary one, and I was like, it was so cute, and I was like, Candace, and I was like, no, I gotta do mine too. And then I saw yours. I think you did yours too, right?
Yeah.
And I saw yours, and I was like, oh, I'm like so late on it now.
No, do it.
Okay, I will.
I literally did it, and I showed my partner, and I told them, I was like, I'm surprised Kelsey hasn't done it, because I'm like, Kelsey will have like the best fucking photos because you're an actual like
bag.
You're not a dirt bag, but like, you know what I mean? Like the essence of the trend. Like that is your essence.
I saw a lot of people do it, and they're like
preppy,
yes,
wearing Hollister.
Yes.
I'm like, no,
yeah,
that's not for you.
I'm like, I had found a couple photos because we used to hang out at the train tracks because we were so cool.
You are cool, friend.
Thanks.
That's why I'm saying this trend is for you. I was a fucking poser.
So I have photos of those. So I was like, okay, I have those. And some of the other ones I have other people in them. So I was like, I don't really want to like put them out there like that. I'll have to find them then.
Just put emojis on them.
Oh, that's smart. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
I was like trying to crop it, and I was like, this looks funny.
No, just put little emojis on them.
That's a great idea. But I love it's so cute to see that trend.
Yeah.
I like that song. Oh my gosh, it kind of reminds me. Did you see that? Oh, this is way out of left field, but also trigger warning for this because this is like this documentary was like really rough. Did you hear anything about that Woodstock 99 documentary?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Bernie and I watched it. Some friends told us to watch it, and there's one on Netflix. It's like it just came out. It's like a 3-episode thing, and there's one on HBO, and it talks about like the Woodstock that happened in '99. So it's all like Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine, Metallica, but apparently it turned into a huge shit show. Like it was like the original Fyre Fest. Like
what?
There wasn't enough like sanitation. Porta potties weren't getting cleaned. Like there was no clean water. They found like feces in the water.
What the fuck?
People were like playing mud people in the freaking water.
No.
And like the amount of like sexual assaults that happened there, because it was not because it was these particular people, but the ratio of men to women was like horrifically like, you know, displaced.
That's so scary.
It was terrifying. I've been like a rabbit hole because of course that's what my brain does. I need to learn everything about it because I'm like fascinated how this was allowed to go on. The people who organized it are the same people who organized the Woodstock in like in the 60s and the one in 94. So they've put on all three of those and like the conditions have not improved. And like they charged everybody like $4 a water for like a bottle of water like back then.
That's
like
a lot.
Yes, like $12 for like a pizza. Like, so they like gouged these kids, and these kids were pissed. So they heard all this like, you know, like break stuff from like Limp Bizkit and like Rage Against the Machine, and they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna like set this place on fire. It was like
Oh my God.
fire set, like overturning cars. Like there's some other horrific stuff that happened to women there that I won't go into detail because it's really triggering. So if you watch that documentary, there's a warning before it just in case.
That's so scary because When We Were Young is coming up.
Yeah.
My partner has tickets to that.
Oh.
And I'm so scared.
Oh, we saw that. I can't remember if we saw it after or before. I think it was after Destroy Boys. And I was like, Destroy Boys is like the biggest crowd I ever want to be around. Like, I never want to be in danger of like being crushed because that Astro World thing happened recently. And like, that terrifies me. Like,
Yeah.
It was wild the amount of things that happened there. And like also the documentary, when it shows these people, it doesn't blur their faces. So like you're just gonna sit down and watch this Netflix documentary and all of a sudden your face is there and you're like being assaulted on this TV show. It's wild.
That's so sad. Oh my God.
I know, right?
That's so
I didn't mean to trigger, but like
No.
it's like it was a really good documentary talking about like how crappy this was because I had no idea, but like I hope people like got some help for these things that happened there. Like,
Yeah.
it was wild, but it actually had an interesting, like, because we said it, I don't know, I'll get a little political, because we said it when we were watching
Your
it.
face. I'm
like,
sorry. It was like that.
I was like, let's get into it, whatever. The people that were there were very similar to what happened in January 6th. And we were talking about the time frame of how old they were to how old the people are that did that now. And I was like, wow. And he was like, do you feel the same way? And I was like, yeah, I feel the same way, that these are like the same people grown up. And I was like, because also they're like our older brothers' ages, like my eldest brothers and Bernie's eldest brothers. Like they're there, that they would have been there if they had tickets, like, and put two and two together of how they are now.
Yeah.
So it was just wild because I was like, dude, is this the same people? Like, but the documentary on HBO actually touches on that and how like it's a bunch of like college dude bros who have never had consequences for anything, and they got mad, so they threw a fit and like decided to terrorize everything.
Yeah.
Just wild.
It's insane.
It was insane, but I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Dude, it's like you can watch the like performances on YouTube, and like I've seen them before. We've seen them, and I had no idea what it was. But it was just like I had no idea, and I'm like, wow, how does anybody know? Like, I'm like, does anybody know about this? We need to do something. Like,
I'm gonna watch that.
it's wild, but just be aware. Like, it's pretty triggering. Like, it's the HBO one goes into that side of it in depth more. So, but the HBO one also has like a better, clearer line of what I was trying to explain earlier about them being young and now them being older.
Yeah.
But it was just so, I had no idea. It was wild. Like,
That is crazy.
yeah. And I thought about that festivals. I was like, you couldn't pay me to go to a festival now. Like,
Oh, me neither. I've never been to a festival, and
It was
I've
like
always been weary of it.
yeah, it was like a 3-day thing because we actually used to have a roommate who came back from Coachella one year covered in dirt, like sick, like disgusting basically because he had just been at Coachella, and I was like, ew, I never want to do that.
No.
I don't even want to camp when I'm like camping like
That's your cap.
yeah, I'm like, I don't even want to, you like, we're gonna get dirty, like, no thanks. Like,
No, me too though.
but it like enthralled our lives for a couple days talking about it and just being like blown away that like, whoa, can't believe this happened. I had no idea.
That's crazy.
It was wild. Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. But Netflix, HBO, either one. I don't know. I forgot why I brought that up. But that's just what we watch too. I don't know. There's not really much else going on, I suppose. I don't know, but
we're trying to plan out our anniversary episode.
You read my mind, friend. I was about to go there too. I know. I'm like, what should we do?
What should we do?
Let us know if you have ideas, because it's about 2 or 3 episodes away from this one.
Yeah.
So I kind of have an idea too, but I don't know if I want to say it.
Oh, okay. There. Tell me after.
Okay. Secrets.
But
yeah, what would you guys want to see us do or something? Yeah. I don't know.
We want to celebrate.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate. I think it actually comes out on the same date and day as the first episode too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's September 6th, and I think it's September 6th again.
What?
I know, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit because we took breaks, so it's a little bit later than it would be, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it is, because the other one said September 6th, so. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. But
I know, it's going to be fun.
Hit us up if you have ideas, though. Because, like, we could gather, like, little snippets of older episodes or, I don't know, like, do a little compilement of, like, all the guests. I don't know. We can figure it out. It would take a long time for me to edit, but I'm kind of down if it makes it special.
Yeah. Oh, how exciting. I know. I'm so proud of us.
Me too, friend.
Because then, like... I feel like there's plenty of times where we've gotten overwhelmed and could have been like, I can't do this. Yeah. But like...
Especially because like... no surprise, we're not making money off of this as of yet. So we're literally doing this for love.
Yeah. I think we both really like, and I think we both have something to say. It's a little free therapy, a little bit kind of too,
and it gives us a reason to see each other every week. And, like, I like that.
Me too. Same.
And I feel like we've both put in the same amount of effort, and I feel like we both are on the same page, and we have been from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
I think so too.
It makes me happy.
I don't know. Maybe year 2 is our year to ramp it up,
blow up, charge y'all. Patreon it.
Oh, we actually gotta like put out TikToks though or something.
maybe my all my businesses should be our sponsors. We have some sponsors.
That's up to you.
I have a discount.
Do it. Discount affiliate code.
Affiliate code.
I love it.
Oh man.
Whatever you want.
Promote Jenny Baton. Hi, are you looking for a makeup artist or a hairstylist for your headshots?
There you go.
Contact Jenny Baton. Wait, hold on. Contact Jenny Baton. For 10% off, enter code Jen. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. You're going to get like messages on your Instagram now like Jen.
No.
Oh, my cheeks.
No.
You're so
kidding.
funny. I know. You still got to do your jewelry.
I still got to do my jewelry. I have so much my Reiki.
Not to put the pressure on.
It's been a rough one. Yeah. You know, I find my my humor, my laughter is like my default. You know. So, you know, when your times are rough, you know.
Actually,
you got to start smiling.
Man, mine's not my default. That's me deflecting. I was like, wait a second. My default is very like inward and like quiet, and I don't say anything.
You process.
Yes. Yeah. This is me deflecting.
Your moon Gemini. Your moon in Gemini is like your thought process. Generator. I don't know.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. It was funny. I kind of told the story to you before this, but I'll tell it again because it's kind of funny to give everybody an idea of how far removed I am from wanting to talk about emotions. We went to have dinner with Bernie's mom, and it was great. And I love her cooking so much, and she's amazing. And it was we were talking about emotions afterwards because we just sat and talk. And she's just like Bernie, where she plays music all the time, always. Music's always on if they have control of what we're doing. And I was like, man, I really like this song. And I'm like tapping my toes and like wiggling. I'm like, man, this is a really good song. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm not like a huge music fan. It's very selective. Like, I'd rather listen to people talk. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm not really a fan of music. And I realized, oh, we're talking about emotions. This is me deflecting. This is me not wanting to get deep. Okay. Got it.
You're like, I am stepping away from the conversation.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to leave, but I was telling Bernie about that when we were in the store, and I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like a huge music fan. And he was like, wow, rude. It's so funny.
I see it, friend.
I can't help it.
It's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with it because I feel like when you do need a feel, you do.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's such a big misconception when it comes to Capricorns because people always say that Capricorns are so like serious and like detached and they don't feel
hard.
but that's like the complete opposite. I feel like Capricorns feel a lot. They might not like be so vocal about it like a water sign is, but they still feel a lot. There's a lot of compassion a Capricorn has. That's one of the good traits about Capricorns. They're super compassionate.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a misconception. They're just like gooey inside.
Same. Capricorn justice.
Yes.
Yeah, I say it all the time. I have a goo, and like the point is to protect that goo at all costs because it's only so much of it, and once it's gone, I'm gonna be rock hard. Like I'm gonna be an ice queen, so I have to protect it as much as possible because if you want me to be like a normal human, because it's very hard to, and it's like. It's also, not that it's a weakness thing, but it's also like a super vulnerable thing. Like, and not to be like, I don't know, conceited or cocky about it, but I don't feel like everybody respects that when it is given up. Like, and I don't want to just
give it away.
Yeah. Like, it's only for people who I know will understand and who I'm comfortable with, I mean, the main thing is who I trust.
And that's valid.
Yeah. It's because I have been burned so many times. I have told my secrets and had them told to people, like, so I don't do those things anymore, until I actually trust you, And that's what I need to feel safe to be able to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, because otherwise I just can't.
Yeah. I feel that, friend.
Yeah, totally. It's my little goo that I have to, because I'm like, I don't know. And I also feel like people don't realize that Capricorns have a way of compartmentalizing that. So like if I am upset, I can put it in a box and throw it to the back of my brain for that time being and let it out when I need it later. A lot of people can't do that, obviously. So, and I can. And a lot of the Gemini moon makes me like a lot of air signs before they feel, they think about what they feel. So like there's a lot of times where something happens and I'm like, should I feel sad about this? Everybody else looks like they're sad. Should I feel sad? Like, okay, I think I feel sad. And it's like that. It's not just feeling sad. Like, it gets really analyzed a lot before I feel it. So, like, I don't know. That helps to compartmentalize it also because I just don't, I don't know. And I feel like a lot of people only encounter Capricorns when they're at work, too. And, like, I mean, you've seen me at work.
Because they like money, so they're always working.
Yeah, like, my face is like,
Get shit done.
Yeah, we are working. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. This is just my concentration face. And it's very mean looking. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. That's where I feel like you and I are different because I'm like, I don't, what's the word?
Compartmentalize?
How do you say it?
Compartmentalize?
Compartmentalize. I don't do that. I just automatically feel it like instantly and then I release it instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad. But
I'm sure they're both good.
Yeah.
They're both pros and cons, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah. That's kind of what's been going on, I suppose.
Yeah. Same here. We dished it out in 40 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. But y'all got a super long one last time too. So and you got Bernie doing his funny voices. So.
That was my favorite part. I know that I drove you crazy.
No, do not encourage him.
But they were literally my favorite parts. I was listening to the episode all day today because I was driving a lot today, and I finished it. And because I edited it yesterday. Yeah. And like when I edit, it's like I'm kind of like I'm listening to it obviously because I'm editing it, but when I know that we're like talking a lot, I kind of skip through.
Oh, okay.
Because I only really edit like when I see gaps. So because if you edit sound, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't I didn't recall us having to like delete. Like we did have things that we had to delete, but it wasn't that many. And yeah, I was listening to it, and it's probably one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Like, it was really funny, and I thought like it was so easy and flowed. But I think it's just because we're always like talking.
That's how we talk. Like everybody, that's how we talk when we're all three. Like he's out of this world. Yeah, he's crazy. His voices. I know he was. Somebody else was like, "Oh, and the accent, his voices." I was like, "No, stop encouraging his accents."
They're great.
I like them, but they're just.
I know.
Sometimes it's funny. We call it, between him and I, we call it getting stuck on shuffle when you do like wacky things, but it's like random, because sometimes I kind of lose my mind and do a bunch of different things, and he's like, "You're stuck on shuffle. Like, chill out."
I love that. That's cute.
Yeah, so he does it sometimes. So he'll do voices, and I'm like, "Stop!" And then he'll land on the Western one. I'm like, "No, a different one. Let's do a different one."
British.
No, like I can't. The Western one it's because it reminds me of my dad, and like, I don't know.
One last thing, friend. I was like looking at the analytics, and ever since we had like that politics episode,
Oh no,
we've gotten like one listen in Russia, and I'm like, we have one queer listener in Russia.
Oh wow!
Shout us out.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like, it went way down, but I don't think it would, or maybe it went up.
They listened last week too. So, hi,
Shout out, Russia listener.
shout out. I hope it's
so
an actual queer person.
Oh no, we're being censored now. Oh, my cheeks. Hilarious, but
yeah,
maybe we should wrap this up before we say something incriminating.
All right. I guess we'll do socials.
Sure. Please follow us on Instagram. It's One Thing Queer, and my personal Instagram is SpexRayX.
And my personal Instagram is at Jenny Lynn Baton, and we also have a TikTok. It's at One Thing Queer Podcast. And if you would like to reach out to us and you have any questions or need advice, feel free to email us at onethinqueer@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I guess.
Was there anything after? I forgot.
No, I think
Cool.
I think that's it. So send us your requests for
Our anniversary.
our anniversary episode, or if you want to see like a particular guest back, or I don't know, send us ideas.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
I guess we'll see you next week.
we'll see you next week.
All right, bye.
Music by Jacody Lamone, produced by Kelsey Wren and Jenny Baton, edited by Jenny Baton.